Hey everybody, quick story time here. So I wanted to tell y'all about my weekend in Atlanta. I went to Atlanta for the weekend. If you know me, you know I do not live in Atlanta. I live about an hour and a half away from Atlanta. So my soror was in town. She rented her Airbnb. She got her rental car of a Toro. So we were just out kicking it. I had a good time. We went to the TD Jakes conference. And then after that, I went to a 90s birthday party. You know, just having a good time. So Sunday rolls around. We had a reservation for Toast on Linux. It was amazing. Food was so good. We got done eating. We headed back to the Airbnb to put our bags in the car, right? So I put all my stuff in the car first. We went back inside the Airbnb to grab her things. We were inside the Airbnb for all about maybe 20 minutes or so. So we come back outside. We look in the car and she's like, Kiana, all of your stuff fell out of the bag when we were driving. And I'm like, no, my stuff would not have fallen out of the car because it was all zipped up in a duffel bag, a zip duffel bag. It would not have unzipped by itself and everything rolled over on the floor. So I'm like, this is not right. I'm like, did you leave these car doors unlocked? She's like, yeah, I did leave the car doors unlocked. And I'm like, somebody been in this car. Somebody has been in this car. So I'm thinking, oh crap, my laptop was in this car. The doors was unlocked. I did not know the doors were going to be unlocked, but my laptop was in there. So my first instinct is check to see if my laptop is still in here. So I went and I checked my laptop bag. And to my surprise, my laptop was still there. My laptop was still in the bag, secure with the cord, everything. It was still intact. So I'm looking like, what did they take? It don't look like they took anything. All I see is my clothes all over the floor, but I don't see any items that's missing. And then as I continue to look, I see that a pair of shoes that I had was on the floor. And I'm looking like, where are these shoes on the floor? I was like, oh, they were in a bag that I got from the TD Jakes conference, a free bag that they gave out as a freebie. So, you know, it's like just a little carry bag with the logo of the conference on it that had my shoes in it. They took that bag. I'm like, oh my God, did they really take the bag from the conference? And that's all they took, the bag from the conference? I'm like, this is crazy. Like, why would they leave my laptop? I could not figure out why you would bypass a laptop. And just a disclaimer, no, it was not an Apple laptop. It was my Chromebook. So it's my Chromebook, but it doesn't matter if it's an Apple or not. That computer works just fine. That computer does what it needs to do. And after all, it's a free piece of electronics. Like, why wouldn't you take that? You can at least sell it or do something. Like, why are you going around stealing stuff if you didn't steal something big? So I was highly confused. We went to start the car. It's a push start car. And the car wouldn't start, right? So we're looking like, okay, so maybe their goal was to steal the car because the car wouldn't start, the push start wouldn't work. And then we saw that the little key ring that was around the push start button was popped off. So we're like, okay, maybe they did something to try to steal the car. They really didn't care about the possessions. So we're thinking about, okay, well, we need to call the police. We need to call the car rental place because we're supposed to be on our way to the car rental place at this point. So we're going to be late. And we're like, okay, we need to go ahead and call the police. You know, we're trying to make our steps. And then all of a sudden we hear, whoop, 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 somebody else's car alarm is going off. We're like, that has to be them. So we follow the sound of the alarm and tell me why we see people running by and I see someone holding the bag, my bag from the conference in their hand, running with the bag. I say, that is them. That's my bag right there in their hand. And guess what? So then we notice these are women that attempted to dress like men. So they have on white t-shirts. They have on basketball shorts. But I see a big bonnet. So she had her hair done up some type of way because it was a huge black bonnet. And I'm looking like, no, this is not some females out here robbing cars. Like, that is crazy, breaking into cars. So they're running. We're running behind them at this point because they're females. If it was males, then of course I wouldn't have went. But these are females, and they were young females like that, certainly younger than us. So we're going after them, wondering, like, trying to catch them. So she heard me say that was my bag. So she dropped the bag, and it was about 3 different girls. They ran in different directions. So we only was able to really catch up with one. The one who had my bag, she dropped it before we made it down the stairs because we were in a parking garage. This was all inside of a parking garage. So they were hitting all the cars in the parking garage, right? So she dropped the bag, and then she tried to pretend like she wasn't part of the robbery. Like, she was like, that wasn't me. That was some boys. We're like, clearly we see you running. That was you, girl. And you got the glove on. You still got the gloves on. Yeah, so she got the glove on while she's on camera, because my friend is recording her at this point, telling us that is not her while she's still wearing the gloves that apparently she was wearing while breaking in. Her friends had already left her, and her friends had already got away. We didn't even get her friends on camera. We just got her on camera. So now she's walking away and she's leaving. My friend is following her. She's recording her. I called the police to get them there. So all of this is happening, and then the girl takes off and runs, and she actually got away, but we didn't really go after her at that point because we had already had her on camera, and the police were already on their way. So at this point, we're just waiting, and we didn't really have much nothing that I knew at the time was stolen, right? So as she leaves, and I see my bag over there on the floor, I'm like, I'm going to leave my bag there until the police get here. And then I was just like, let me go at least next to the bag and like, just like kick it a little bit and see if it's something actually in the bag. So I went over to the bag to see, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's stuff in there. It's stuff in there. And then the curiosity just kicked in. I just wanted to know, like, because it was a small bag. And remember, the bag is an open bag because it's just a bag that they hand out with the freebies in it. So it was just like a bag that she could easily like drop stuff in as she run and steal stuff. So I'm assuming that's why she even stole that particular bag in the first place, to drop stuff in. Yeah, so I'm so curious at this point. I have to know what is in this bag because it's not a lot of stuff. Like, it's so like light. It wasn't fluffed out. Like, it was nothing clearly big in the bag. So I'm like, I wonder what she took. So I kind of just lift the handle of the bag up. And y'all, tell me why I was so freaking shocked to discover that this girl stole my toothbrush. My electric toothbrush. Literally, it's a chargeable toothbrush, so it don't even use batteries. And I didn't even bring the charger with me. So how is she going to try to charge this toothbrush? But it was just so crazy. She stole my toothbrush. Then she stole some edge control, some of my earrings, stuff that I didn't even notice was missing. And I was so shocked in this moment, y'all, because I'm trying to figure out, why would you bypass a laptop to take a toothbrush, some edge control, some earrings, and my my phone charger piece? It was just a cord. It wasn't even the block wasn't even connected to it. It was literally just the cord. So I am so confused at this point. Like, who steals a toothbrush and edge control? I was dumbfounded, y'all. So now at this point, y'all, I swear I don't know how to feel because I'm like, she stole a toothbrush and some hygiene stuff technically. And I'm like, I wonder if this girl is homeless. So at this point now, I'm feeling sorry for her. I am literally feeling sorry for her. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. Like, I'm actually feeling so grateful at the fact that she bypassed my laptop, my most important thing in that car at the time, and only stole these items. But I was wondering, like, why would somebody do that? Why would somebody do that? So it has been like on my mind now to just really like feel sad for her because I don't know her situation. Yes, the answer is not to be breaking in people's cars. Like, that's not the solution. But it's like, what's the reason for this? Because nobody is going to steal those particular items. It's like, I feel like she's in some type of survival mode and that she's doing what she got to do to survive because she didn't take the big laptop. Like maybe she's like, I'm not going to use this. Maybe I don't have Wi-Fi, I don't have internet. Like she's probably like, not like, I don't know what the thought process was behind it, which makes me think that it really is a survival thing. And y'all, let me just tell you how much favor God has for me, how I felt in this moment, because the first thing I saw when I opened my laptop up was my Shopify account. My Shopify, I was logged into my Shopify account. If you don't know what a Shopify account is, it's basically the platform that I use to host my website, right? So that's where all the money is made. That's where all the money is. So not only could she see how much money, and let me just say this, a disclaimer, like this was one of the biggest weekends that we've had financially in like 3 days straight. It's our biggest weekend. So we made the most amount of money we've ever made in one weekend this weekend, right? And the first thing I saw when I opened my laptop was that Shopify store. Let me tell you something. If she was a thief, she would have been able to open my laptop, get directly into my Shopify account. She could have changed the routing bank account and had the funds deposited into her own bank account. All of the money could have been deposited into her bank account. So let me tell you. Yeah, so in this moment, I'm just feeling very, very grateful. Like I didn't feel fear. I didn't feel angry. I didn't feel disappointed because you know how much favor you got to have for everything to really go in your favor. Like I chose to focus on the positive aspects in this whole thing because I'm not looking at, oh, something happened to me. She stole from me. They went through my stuff. I'm so angry. Like she don't need to get away with this. And, just all those different emotions. I was only thinking, like, how awesome is that? That in the first instance, wow, my laptop is still here. And then the story got better after that. Even though she stole my toothbrush, my edge control, she dropped it on her way out. So then at that point, I got it back. So at this point, I lost nothing. And then as the story went on and just me opening it up in my Shopify account and all of these different things, it's like it would, for most people, that would be like bad news back to back to back. But for me, I was just like, this is amazing. Because listen, the car that we heard the alarm going off, they actually busted that car's window. And that person, whoever owned that car, hadn't even discovered it yet by the time the police got there and all of this happened. They were still in bed, sleep probably. And I didn't even mention that all of this happened at about 11:45 a.m., just before noon. 11:45, literally we was getting ready to check out of the Airbnb. So this was pretty early. But they got the car window busted. That's something they got to come out and then they got to deal with. Like, we didn't have any broken glass. We didn't have any windows busted out because the doors was unlocked. So, we let her in. But it's a good thing we did because she probably would have just busted the window because she see this big shiny bag and she don't know what's in it. Because my duffel bag is rose gold. I like shiny things like that. So I have a rose gold duffel bag. And I'm sure that attracted her to want to see what was inside. So, but anyway, it's like, I didn't see it as anything happening to me. I didn't decide to focus on any of the negative aspects in it. Of course, we called the police, filed a police report. But at this point, it's like, yes, I do hope that they get them and that they're not able to continue to break in cars. But at the same time, I feel so sorry for them. I do. But yeah, y'all, that was just a crazy story that happened. But the reason I wanted to tell this story is because I really wanted to share with everybody that once you do start off on a path of, greatness, a path of gratitude, a path of success. Like once you start to really dive deep into yourself, understand how to regulate your emotions, when you're on this personal growth and development journey, you can identify things that like starts to change. Like things start to change because you start to really realize that number one, manifestation is real and that you attract certain things into your life based on how you feel, how you respond, and how you react to certain things. So for me, I was able to interpret this situation as a blessing because not only that, it just teaches me to like, okay, when you do get off the computer, don't just close it, log it out, especially when you're traveling with it. Log out and then close it. It could be something as simple as that, like those little lessons that I'm able to pull out because I am looking at the positive things in this. How is this a teaching moment? I'm not angry or mad, about what happened. Because, things were out there that were getting heated. And I didn't mention that my friend, my soror, she was on her way to the airport. So she literally had to return the rental car, head to the airport, and not miss her flight at the same time. So, of course, her frustration is boiling at this point because she's like, I got somewhere to be. I cannot miss my flight. I got to return this rental car. At that point, the rental car was not starting. But then we still remain calm at the end of the day. And so I think how we responded and how we was able to remain calm helped the situation end the way it did, because right after, we remained calm and we tried to plan out our next move, the girls came back, we got my stuff back, then the car actually started. It went the right way. So it's like sometimes people, when situations like this happen, you're thinking, why is this happening to me? Like it's one bad thing after another. Like this keep happening, like one bad thing after another. And yes, that may be true, but it's like you're not having a bad day. You're just choosing to focus on the bad aspects of your day. So when you change that mindset and when you change your thought process regarding everything that's happening around you and you decide to pull the positives out. Yeah, y'all. So I say just stop acting like a victim. Stop thinking of things of why is this happening to me? And, this is such this bad thing. This is such this bad thing. But, stop treating yourself like the victim, because at this point, like I don't see myself as a victim, only because everything still turned out in my favor. It turned out in my favor, and it's like, wow, that happened. And so now I'm picking apart the pieces, but I'm still not saying I'm a victim. I'm not going to go shouting out. We have videos of all of this on camera. I'm not going to release those videos. I have no interest in shaming those girls. The people who need to see it, they have it. The police, they have it. But I'm not going to go and spread that online. These girls are young, they are way younger than us. They look like they were maybe early 20s, if that. Early 20s, if that. I don't even know if they were over 21, to be honest. So these are some young girls. I feel sorry for them. That's what I feel. I feel sorry. I feel empathy for them. I feel like, they're the victim of something else greater that's happening in their life. And now I'm honestly feeling like I need to coach them. It is crazy in that way, but all I want to do is help them. So yeah, y'all, that's it for my story time. I'm just feeling very blessed and highly favored. Let me know what you would have done in this situation, or what do you think about this story, how you would have felt, and would you be feeling the same kind of things that I'm feeling? Because I don't know, but that's just me, because I feel like, I've been meditating in the morning. I've been trying new practices. I've been working on myself a whole lot lately. And just me being able to analyze this situation and not react or respond, and to just remain calm and empathetic during this whole situation, I feel like I could really see God is working on me. God is working on me, and I love it. I think it's only going to get better. And I feel like when you do have that attitude with life, great things just start happening. And even when things that appear to be bad, you pick them apart and you realize that there's still good things that happen, like that happen for a reason. So just find the reasons, the positive reasons, not the negative reasons. Don't turn the negative reasons into excuses why you have bad luck. Like, you don't have bad luck. You're just not exempt from life. You're not exempt from life. Things are going to happen, but it's all about how you respond. Let me know your thoughts. Talk to y'all later. Bye.